So first question from Geekin Dad. Jocko Willink. How do you deal with fatigue, both mental and physical?
How do I deal with fatigue, mental and physical? I rest. And, if I'm feeling like just completely overtrained and weak, I tell my fighters, I'd say, hey, you just got your butt kicked today. Go eat a big steak tonight, take tomorrow off. You just need rest. And it's pretty obvious when that happens. And so I do the same thing for myself. If I'm feeling horrible, and you can see occasionally my workouts just consist of doing some mobility training, rolling it out, doing a big stretch. That's because I'm just tired and I know it. And so I just give myself some downtime. I think it's very important to know the difference between being lazy and being overtrained. And it's very easy to make that excuse for yourself. And that's why I always err on the side of I'm working out, I'm training. And usually then the next day, so if I feel like exhausted today, I won't take today off. But I will take the next day. But I'll work out today just to make sure that I'm not just being lazy. Yeah. So I'll do another workout, get another training session in, or whatever the case may be. So I make sure that's not just that moment. Because sometimes the next day you're like, I'm not that bad.
Right.
I'm back in the game.
Yeah.
Back on the program. The other thing people ask me all the time, I've probably written this a dozen times or more on Twitter, is do I take naps? And the answer is yes. In fact, I flew today, and I slept probably 2 hours on the plane. And that's a little bit more than a nap, and I'm not on a plane every day. So what do I do for naps? Yes, I do take naps. What I do for naps, and this is something that I learned from a high school teacher that I had, was I walked into his office one day, and he had his feet up on the desk above his heart. And I said, what are you doing? And he said, this is really good for you. You put your feet above your heart, and it allows the blood to circulate out of your feet and gives, lets your veins and your one-way valves in your veins rest a little bit, and gets little pools of blood out of random places, and it's good. And so I tried it, and it felt really good. And so when I was going through SEAL training, when I come in, we have like a couple minutes in between evolutions, and I just go in and put my feet up, set my alarm clock, sleep for a few minutes. Nowadays, if I can, I'll try and sleep for like 6 to 8 minutes. Set my timer on my iPhone, and you look like distressed when I said 6 to 8 minutes.
Yeah.
You don't consider anything under the 3 hours to be
yeah, that's not a legitimate nap.
Not a legitimate nap. But if I sleep for like an hour, then I'm up for too long at night. I won't be able to go to sleep because I get too much rest.
Gotcha. Yeah. Under what circumstances are you going to take a nap, though? Like, how do you
just
feel?
Tired. I'm just tired. I'll feel myself like nodding.
Oh, yes, like sleepy tired.
And that's the thing is I can do, if my mind is engaged in something, or especially if my body's engaged in something, that's what's cool about working out. You can work out when you're exhausted. Because once you start moving, it's not like you're going to fall asleep while you're doing squats.
Right.
It's not like you're going to fall asleep while you're doing pull-ups.
Yeah.
You're just going to do the pull-ups. You're just going to do the squats. And when you get done, you'll be tired. You go to sleep.
Right.
What's hard to do, and this is when we were writing the book, when I was writing my section of the books, I'd be writing at night, 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at night, be trying to hammer through it. And sometimes I just fall, I'd be falling asleep. Oh, man. So, but that feeling of, hey, I'm just falling asleep, that's not good.
Right.
So when I'm feeling that tired, I'll power nap. But it's like one of those things where I also like to push through it. So sometimes I just try and power through it. Because honestly, even a short nap for me will kind of make me stay up too late at night, and all of a sudden it'll be 1 o'clock in the morning and I can't
even
sleep.
6 to 8 minutes.
6 to 8 minutes. 6 to 8 minutes, a 6 to 8 minute power nap can make you feel amazing.
Oh, yeah.
It can make you feel amazing. Don't underestimate the power nap. It is a legit fool right there.
Yeah.
For real.
I actually used to take like 15-minute nap, like 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I know that's overkill for you. That's
a little much.
Going into laziness.
No, but seriously, 15 minutes is, you probably felt like outstanding when you
But
got
it
done
only
with that.
helps with that sleepy type, because let's say I'm used to a certain amount of sleep. Let's say I get 2.5 hours less sleep than I'm used to. It goes way beyond me feeling just sleepy tired. It's like physically tired.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Yeah, I don't have that issue.
yeah. Yes, you're different. So if I take a 10-minute power nap when I am lacking 2.5 hours of my quote unquote
Oh,
normal.
it'll make up for it, right?
No.
No?
No. It helps me when I get my normal sleep, give or take, but I've been doing a lot of stuff during the day, and you're like, dang, I did a lot. My brain was kind of used a lot, and dang, I have this, whatever I got to do now.
Yeah.
Then you take the 10, 15-minute nap, then it brings you right back.
Yeah.
And it typically will not mess with my sleep.
I wonder how much of this is just you just not just powering through stuff.
Yeah, probably all of it.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, that's how it is
Yeah.
for me, for sure.
It'd be interesting to, at some point, for you to experiment with like lack of sleep and sleep deprivation and see how well you can perform. Like I've been noticing that where if I don't get a lot of sleep, I can still perform really well.
Yeah.
At some physical activities. And then after a few days, though, I feel like garbage.
Right.
And there'll be some physical activities that I'll feel just weak at. But
Yeah, and you're right. Well, as long as it's like one time or even 2 times, or so if I film or something, and let's say I film in the morning, but then I've been up, working late the night before. When I go into film, I'm like charged up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's all kinds of factors in there. A lot of it's like adrenaline. Not like it's like this huge adrenaline rush, but there's that little bit of adrenaline because of the task, So that helps. And a lot of times, just like how you said, if I made the decision like, no, I'm not going to miss this workout at all under any circumstances, then I happen to get 2.5 hours less sleep and I go in and how you say, power through it. You can totally do it.
yeah. So
but I'm seeking comfort fully, yeah, for sure. But it still does help, though.
But to answer the question, yes. If you're tired, sleep. If you need rest, rest.
Right.
And don't try and overtrain yourself. You probably are overtraining and just need some rest.
Yeah.